Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing something a little different, which is the plans for our future garden. So you may have seen from our last video that we are taking things out of our current garden and we are going to be moving to a new garden, which I'm currently stood in. It is a plot of approximately 0.6 acres. It is about 4 times the size of our previous garden, so lots of room, lots of potential. We have quite a few ideas which we will go through later on in the video, but I'm just going to give you a brief tour of what we are currently working with. One of the first jobs we're having to tackle is the removal of these trees. Now these are on the southern side of our plot of land, which as you can see means that they basically block out all of the sunlight. Now they are particularly tall. They are approximately 40 to 50 feet high. So as you can imagine, it's becoming quite the task to try and find somebody to cut them down and remove them. We are currently in the works of getting that done, and I will definitely be recording some footage when that does happen, as that will be quite a pivotal moment for us. They unfortunately aren't the type of trees that we want to keep on our land, and it is disappointing that we are going to have to take down so many trees. The ones that we take down, we are going to be replacing with other trees that we prefer ourselves. Now there are other trees along the border and along the boundary. We've got a couple of elders. We have this huge sycamore that I'm just walking under now. It does block out quite a lot of the garden, as it does need a good sharp trim back, but it is a beautiful large tree and we would love to keep it. There are also a couple of ash trees, but they are probably going to have to be cut as they do have ash dieback, so that is unfortunate, but they are probably going to have to come down, or they will end up coming down themselves. We also have in the hedging, we also have things like hawthorn, brambles, plenty of brambles, and a couple of other bushes and shrubs that we will probably keep if we can, but our main task at the minute is to remove these large pine trees that are on our southern border. So at the minute we're just trying to keep the grass under control and the weeds under control. Knackered, and I've only done half of it. I suppose I better carry on and do the other half. I could do it tomorrow. It is done. I think the mower was as close to giving up as I was then, but I'm glad I didn't do it all in the one day. I'm wrecked. There's a lot of grass to mow. Probably didn't help that I think the grass was a little bit too long to be mowing. With this particular mower, I should have probably trimmed it first, but nobody got time for that. So yeah, it was harder than it, well, probably looked hard as well, because you could probably tell how slow I was going. Yeah, it's not very even. There are two kind of big dips in the grass as well. so I have to work my way around them. And yeah, it's definitely coming up. It's uphill. Going down is obviously easier, but yeah, at least that bit's done. Should be the last mow before the winter, so I shouldn't really need to do it again until the spring, in which case we should hopefully have a few things at least prepped by that point. Now I think it's time for a cup of coffee. We are going to be putting a small static caravan on the land so we can live on the land while we're getting the work done on the house. And that also means that we can actually crack on with doing gardening stuff almost immediately, which is great, because there's going to be a lot to do. So I'll show you roughly what we have in mind with the plans coming up next.
So we have a space in the garden at the back of roughly 30 metres by 60 metres. Now, as I've said, there are the trees on the south side, which we will be removing. And we want to kind of split the land into one part will be for the veg garden and one part will be for more ornamental gardens. We want 2 workspaces in the middle of the garden, one for me and one for the husband. And we're also going to have a polytunnel, although I've drawn it in the wrong orientation here. It is going to be north-south facing. This end will be the veg garden with lots of different beds, and we're also going to have a pond down this end as well to attract wildlife. We want paths to meander all the way through the garden between the 2 halves, with probably a shared area in the middle where we can potentially host or have gatherings. We are going to have compost bins down at the veg end, and our chickens will be up closer towards the house. I'll do a separate video about the chickens and why we're putting them where they are in a separate video. Now, the house end itself, we will probably be doing things such as herb gardens and salad beds and things. There will be areas around the house that we will have things planting, but that will then lead up to the ornamental gardens, which we're going to have no specific structure for. We're just going to see how we feel. We want them to feel very natural and flowy, and we just want it to be a beautiful space that we can enjoy, as well as a functional space as well.
So that is the rough plan for what we are thinking of doing in the new garden. It's very much a plan on paper at the minute, but we have so many things we want to try, so many things we want to take from here that we've learned up to there. We obviously have the chickens to consider as well. The bees will be staying where they are at my in-laws' house and garden for now, so they're quite happy to stay down there. So exciting times ahead. We can't wait to get stuck in. Follow us along for the journey into this new garden space, and we'll see you in the next video.